Hello everyone, I'm Sama again and this is animeswamp channel. Today I'm going to start a new playlist which is named as Dark Theory. For the first part we would have Death Note. The Death Note anime has been over for a long time, but that hasn't stopped fans from continuing to come up with and discuss theories about it. Any supernatural thriller is full of fan theories, and the same goes for Death Note. The manga and the anime are popular for many reasons. One major reason is that it's smartly written. It has sort of thrill that gets audience at the edge of their seats and the sort of story that gets fans talking. When fans get talking, theories start coming. With each theory, fans collect evidence, like a puzzle made to be solved. Since it has been about 13 years that the anime ended, there are a ton of theories that have floated around online during that time. Number 10. Death Note users become Shinigami after they die. Among all Death Note theories, this is one of the most popular. Fans never learn or question where Shinigami come from, outside of the fact that they live in their own realm. People have theories that it's possible that Shinigami may have all once been human who had Death Note. Number 9. Light appears in Death Parade. Anime series Dark Parade is a little similar to Death Note in both title as well as content. It is the supernatural genre that the character determined the fate of the souls of the dead. At one point in the Death Parade anime, there is a character that looks exactly like Light. The character is unnamed and his fate remains unknown. It's likely his soul was thrown into the void instead of reincarnated, as that was suggested. There are some details about him that makes him seem very likely to be Light though, such as coincidentally having the same voice actor, a similar visual design, and even the same blood type. Number 8. Nier and L have autism. Many fans have theories that L and Nier could have autism due to the certain traits they have that are common in those on the autism spectrum. Nier and L both are quite unique in how they socially interact and are able to solve problems in way other people do not think of. Their detective works as well as their quirk and interest also fit into autistic traits. They seem to like repetitive moments and can deeply focus on their interests to a degree that other characters don't. Number 7. The Shinigami realm used to be like Earth. This is a theory that brings out more questions than answers, but it fascinates fans. The Shinigami realm is the place where Shinigami hang out. Not much time is spent there in the story, but what fans do see is interesting. The land appears to be a giant beyond, fitting for death dogs. The skeletons resemble both humans and animals, and it makes one wonder where the bones came from. Some fans have theories that the realm may have used to look like Earth. That does create more questions though. Most principal among them being what happened to turn it all to a boneyard. Number 6. The anime does have an afterlife. While it was outright stated in the manga that there is no afterlife, fans have debated whether that is also true in the anime. Unlike the manga, the anime doesn't outright say that there isn't an afterlife. In fact, fans have debated that there is a proof of an afterlife at the end of the anime because Light sees L as he's dying. Number 5. Shinigami Light is seen in Death Note Relight. This is another one of other most popular theories among Death Note fans. It even has a fantasy name that they call the Light Reincarnation Theory. The theory come to be due to an OVA called Death Note Relight. In that OVA, there is an unnamed Shinigami that fans think have similars with Light in both appearance as well as behavior. Like Light, he carries a messenger bag, has a coat like Light had on when he died, and has a very similar interaction with Ryuk as Light did. Number 4. Nier used a Death Note to control and kill Mikami. While this theory has never been proven true or false, many fans find it to be likely. This theory suggests that Nier used a Death Note in order to control Mikami at the final confrontation in the Yellow Box warehouse. It would be a smart move as it gives him more control over the situation. This would also explain why Mikami killed himself instead of killing himself to distract the task force to help Light escape. That was all part of Nier's plan. Number 3. L has Merfan syndrome. This theory is quite interesting, as people have connected a lot of the traits of L's character to symptoms of Merfan syndrome. These include having a curved spine, long limbs, flat feet, and very flexible joints. The way L slouches does make it seem like he has a prematurely curved spine, like someone with scoliosis would have. Of course, this theory has been spread so much on the internet. There is no telling whether someone with Merfan syndrome or someone of medical status would at all agree that this theory about L is possibly true. Number 2. Misa is killed by a Death Note. Misa kills herself at the end of the Death Note manga, and it is hinted in the anime that she also does this while jumping off a tall building. However, some fans think there is more to her death than meets the eye. Suicide is a common way for Death Note to end the will of another person, making them do it against their own will. While this theory exists, most fans debunk it with the evidence of Misa would die of her own free will because she has personally stated that she cannot live without Light. Since she dies at the end of the story, she causing her own death makes more sense. And finally, number 1. Soichiro Yagami has 2 days left to live. Yagami made the Shinigami Eye deal and halved his lifespan. Then, he died 1 day later in hospital because he was shot. This means that if he hadn't cut his lifespan in half, he would have only 2 days left to live. There is one main argument against this theory. Every human has a specific amount of time to live. For instance, a human has a lifespan of 70 years. If that human is 50 and a Shinigami writes their name in a Death Note, that Shinigami will gain the 20 extra years which that human was supposed to live. However, the aspect of free will, it is someone's own choice whether or not they want to commit suicide. This can be understood or considered this way. Ryuk never should have dropped his notebook. If he had kept it, Misa never would have met Light and fall in love with him. Light would not have been killed by Ryuk so that he could return it to the Shinigami realm. Misa committed suicide because someone accidentally revealed the fact that Light was dead, causing her to spiral into depression and kill herself. In the same fashion, Milo never would have met Soichiro if it weren't for the Death Note, and Soichiro never would have been killed by Melo. And that's it for today's video. As I said, it was the first part of Dark Theory playlist. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now, to the next time.